Let me say something that might surprise you. When headlines start using words like Iran, military bases, and Middle East tension, most people panic. But experienced investors, they lean in. Right now, there's speculation about Iran targeting US military assets in the region connected to the US armed forces. And naturally, I'm getting messages like, is Dubai safe? Should we pause on our investments? Is this the wrong time to buy? What do you think? Let me be very clear. This is not a war with Dubai. This is not a collapse scenario. And this is not 2008. This is geopolitical noise around strategic military positioning. And Dubai remains exactly what it always has been, a global business hub inside the UAE, one of the safest and most strategically neutral countries in the world. Now, let's address the elephant in the room. Is Dubai still safe? Let me give you a calm, factual, and strategic perspective. I live in Dubai myself, of course, and as you can see, I'm back here in the studio at the office. It's Wednesday, the 4th of March, just a couple of days after the attacks on the military bases. People have returned to work as normal. People are walking around, riding their bikes and scooters in my neighborhood. Restaurants and shops are all open and operational. And many of us have already started forgetting about what transpired just a few days ago because honestly, it feels extremely calm and like things are back to normal. Let's zoom out for a second. During the Gulf conflicts, during global terrorism concerns, during COVID, during the Russia-Ukraine war, Dubai did not collapse. Dubai grew. In fact, after the pandemic, Dubai saw one of the fastest real estate recoveries in the world. Property prices surged, international capital flowed in, high net worth individuals relocated here in record numbers. This is not a fragile city. This is one of the most resilient cities in the world. The UAE consistently ranks among the safest countries globally. Strict security infrastructure, advanced defense systems, and rapid response coordination are already in place. The leadership does not wait for problems. They prepare for them. And here's something investors need to understand. Markets react to fear in the short term, but they respond to fundamentals in the long term. Dubai's fundamentals have not changed. Tourism is strong, population growth is still strong, rental demand is still strong. Infrastructure projects are ongoing. Developers are carrying on as normal, hosting briefings, dinners, invitations, etc. Foreign direct investment remains active. If anything, global uncertainty often pushes more capital into stable, tax-efficient jurisdictions, and Dubai sits at the top of that list. Let's also be clear about geography. When people hear Middle East tensions, they imagine the entire region is one battlefield. That's not how geopolitics works. Dubai operates as a commercial gateway between the East and the West. It maintains strategic relationships globally, including with the US, Europe, and Asia, and emerging markets. Its approach is pragmatic, economic, and stability-focused. And historically, whenever there has been regional tension, Dubai's government has acted quickly to reassure markets, protect infrastructure, and maintain continuity. Airports remain operational. Ports remain operational, and financial markets are also operational. Despite a couple days of temporary airport closure as a precaution, Dubai Airport is operational with over 48 flights every hour. This is not a fragile system. Now, could there be headlines? Sure. Could there be temporary volatility in global markets? Of course. But will Dubai suddenly become unsafe to live in? No. Will real estate values collapse because of regional military tension targeting US assets? There is no historical evidence to support that. In fact, in previous periods of instability elsewhere, Dubai has benefited from capital relocation. Investors move towards safety, toward rule of law, toward tax efficiency, toward lifestyle security, and Dubai checks all of those boxes. If you are an international investor watching from Europe, North America, Asia, understand this. Dubai is not a war zone. Dubai is not a political aggressor. Dubai is not economically dependent on conflict. It is a global business city, with strong leadership and a proven track record of recovery and growth. Every major global city faces moments of uncertainty. But the real question is, does the system hold? In Dubai's case, historically, it always has. So, my advice, don't react emotionally to headlines. Look at fundamentals. Look at data. Look at history. And history shows that Dubai doesn't just survive global events, it adapts, it stabilizes, and very often it grows stronger. If you're considering living here, investing here, or expanding here, this moment should be viewed strategically, not emotionally. Dubai was built for resilience, and that has not changed. So what exactly is collapsing? Nothing. In fact, historically, when other regions become unstable, capital moves into cities like Dubai, not away from them. We saw this during global financial crises, regional conflicts, pandemic, again, the Russia-Ukraine situation, and each time, Dubai adapted quickly and recovered faster than most global markets. Why? Because it's built on strategy, trade, security, diversification, policy speed, and well-planned, confident action. Average investors look at headlines. Sophisticated investors look at positioning. If you believe Dubai's long-term fundamentals are intact, and the data shows they are, then temporary geopolitical tension is not a reason to panic. It's a moment to evaluate. And sometimes it's a moment to negotiate better deals. Even some developers are already offering some discounts to help ease the minds of international investors. Now, these discounts may not be extremely drastic because this is not panic. This is a way to assure and reward sophisticated investors who capitalize. So if you want to receive more updates about the current situation and information about the best current offers from developers on the market, make sure to contact me directly. And for more live, up-to-date, valuable information pertaining to Dubai and its real estate market, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and join the community, and I'll see you in the next one.